Greetings, Internet Drinking Buddies. My name is Link.
I'm Chris.
And on this episode of Tubbin' and Chugging, we'll be imbibing...
Balsam.
Balsam. Welcome back to the tub, everybody. As you can see, my foreign Eastern European visiting friend Chris has returned with a different alcohol, but this time it was chosen by his lovely girlfriend.
That's right, Anya got this one specifically for Link. She knew he had to try something from her village, from where she grew up, and she wanted him to try this.
Now, I tried to do this as an episode myself, and I asked Chris, like, what does this mean? I can't figure out the moon runes on it to figure out how to type it into Google or anything like that. So please, Chris, give me some info on this guy. What are we talking about here?
So as far as I was also able to look up,
okay,
I have a little bit more moon rune knowledge in this capacity. Balsam is an after-dinner liqueur, kind of like your aperitifs from, I guess, a digestif rather,
exactly,
from Italy. I'm not sure what this is made with, but I know it's very popular in the Slavic world. I've seen similar drinks to this in Serbia and in Ukraine and in Russia and even in the Baltics, but they're not always the same, never the same ingredients, often very, very specialized to the region of what is local there.
You're talking more about a specific, like, cultural-based drink following the same kind of template.
Definitely. And this is definitely not something you pass around with your friends.
Got it.
This is something for after dinner, after lots of pelmeni, lots of food you can't describe, borscht, for example, and this is something to calm the digestion down a little bit.
I go to the big Russian meal, the babushka comes out with this after the meal.
Yeah, I could definitely see that, yeah.
Okay. Do we know anything about the flavoring? I think we were able to decipher that it is 40%, so it is just like a standard drink. Comes in a little bottle, which we're getting more and more used to on these Eastern European ones, but anything about the flavor we should be aware of?
So the research I've done is that often these are flavored with roots.
Okay.
So, I mean, you can get down with something like a digestive from Italy having licorice root in it.
Sure.
But I'm not sure. All I know is it's something local from the region with roots, and we'll have to double back on that.
Okay. Was this given to us as like a sort of a mystery product? We didn't want to get any information? Or, because I feel like we're both kind of not in the know about this guy.
Well, that's probably on me. You know, Anya was hell-bent on this. Anya, my sweet, beautiful girlfriend, she really wanted you to try something from her part of the world.
Okay.
And we went in, but she laser focused on Balsam. That was what she came in to get. Not a specific brand,
okay,
but I think she knew that it was something that you'd probably never tasted.
She was right. I'm looking forward to tasting it. I'm guessing we're gonna sip this guy.
I'm not shooting it.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead and get it poured, and we'll come back. Now, I know there is a toasting order. Let's just assume that this is our third drink of the night, because it is. What is the third toast?
Za ljubov, to love.
To love. Oh, how apropos. I didn't even know that one. It's thick. It's very thick. But it's smooth.
I had a licorice smell.
Yeah.
But I don't taste it at
I
all.
was expecting very much a licorice-based, like a Jaeger almost, and it's not quite that. It's nutty, I feel like.
It's definitely my experience with digestives. You get that absolute nutty because they're using roots, from the ground, from the earth. It's a very similar taste, but
so it's medicinal in a lot of places. You know, it helps the body. It's from the earth, that kind of thing.
Absolutely. I think one of the things I kept seeing during my research was the medicinal properties believed by those people with this.
Which I think is common. That probably reviewed 3 of them that all have. This is what you give the kid when he's got strep throat or whatever. Which honestly would probably be pretty good for him.
Grow hair on your chest.
Have a little bit of that.
I was worried. As a mystery liquor, as dark as it is thick. And there's a light sweetness that kind of cuts through. That an overwhelming sweetness would really bog me down on this. And it's not. It's enjoyable.
It's like a natural maple syrup that's been like diluted as opposed to like an Aunt Jemima type syrup. That's like very, very thick. This one is like, it feels like it's gonna be thick, but then it's pretty cut down.
You ever tasted sorghum?
I don't think think so.
Kind of tastes like sorghum, which is another kind of sweetener produced by the U.S. and other countries around the world. And again, I get those. It's not close to anise, maybe.
Yeah.
Very fragrant.
Good sense. I almost get like a hazelnut in there.
Definitely.
Which I think it's important to always put in context. This is the same amount of alcohol as just like a shot of vodka, and it does not taste like you're getting like a harsh alcohol burn at all. It's just, it's a very like interesting, complex, syrupy, but thin syrupy type flavor. It's very, very nice.
I was really worried about the unique flavor, and I'm very pleasantly surprised. This is definitely something after a nice meal here. I would love to, let's break it out. Let's do one. In the same way you would do with any other digestif and your amaros and similar.
Yeah. This is...
I was genuinely afraid, Anya. I was afraid, but this is great.
I was not afraid. He tried to make me afraid, but I was not afraid. This is. Do you have any idea how much this costs? Which again, ruble, whatever, but like so just in comparison to like your.
At the time, this bottle went for $1.40.
Okay.
Now it's probably under $1. Well, depending on when you're watching this video. At the time, it was $1.40.
Okay, and that's for 5 shots. So again, compare that with just Russian prices. How much can I get a mid-tier vodka of the same liquor or the amount for?
Mid-tier about the same. It's the bottom shelf, so that's when you're really dealing with like pocket money.
Gotcha.
Especially now with it so high, with dollar to the ruble hitting 140. There were some brands that I could get 1 week that were $5. Now you're looking at $2.40, $2.20, which is great for me, but not great for them and what's going on with them. So
yeah, definitely something to keep in mind. That like pricing. Again, it's not like you could just go to 7-Eleven and buy this anyway, but the impact of like how much it, costs for people based on what they make is definitely something to keep in mind. So just as a like, and again, she didn't like pick this brand in particular, right?
Not at all.
Could have lesser, more, maybe.
Yeah, there's definitely tiers. This was the most travelable. They're all glass bottles, so I didn't want an accident going through Turkish customs. But it's definitely something that people can afford. Mm-hmm. It's certainly a luxury item, as most alcohols are. They're luxury items.
Sure.
If they're not luxury items, usually people are brewing them at home, doing something, especially in that part of the world. Even stills, doing that kind of thing at home.
Yeah, you need to have like access to a lot of just natural resources, I would think, to try to make this yourself. Because it's probably like, I would say at least a dozen flavors go into this kind of thing, a dozen ingredients. Definitely a lot easier to make your own vodka, I would imagine.
Definitely, but I think it's not out of the realm of possibility. You'd be looking at less complex flavors. You'd be looking at packaging in something like plastic, so it would kind of taint the flavor as well.
Yeah.
But it's not something out of the ordinary. When you think about Slavic countries producing things in Serbia, for example, or Hungary, like Palinka, or these other Slivovica, these other brandies that they just make out of plums. If you're doing a vodka flavoring with natural ingredients, they're a big producer of different wheats and different things like that. You could absolutely find things to flavor it with, and you don't need that much for such a large batch if you're doing it at home. That being said, I've never seen it, but I believe it exists.
Okay. I think we might have to break this out at the next poker game.
I would love to.
That would be really nice. Anya, you did well. And as always, if there are alcohols that you'd like to see me review, you want Chris to come back very dearly, you just put that in the comments. But please, drink responsibly.